There's a guy in Iowa got curious, why do the birds start chirping an hour before sunrise? He found out the chirping of the birds is a frequency that helps open up the plant cell stomata on the bottom of the leaf, and it lets the plant start breathing in the morning. It helps set the alarm clock, it wakes the plant up.
From the tiniest microbe to the largest whale, life on Earth follows patterns. Hidden, intricate, and astonishingly precise. These patterns aren't random. They dictate how we grow, move, reproduce, and even interact with our environment. They are the invisible threads that weave the tapestry of life, from the spiral of a seashell to the rhythm of the seasons. Understanding these hidden patterns isn't just an academic exercise. It's a way to glimpse the deep, underlying order of the natural world, and perhaps even unlock secrets about our own lives. Science has spent centuries uncovering these codes. Some are visible, like the symmetry of flowers or the fractal branches of trees. Others are hidden, encoded in DNA, cellular rhythms, and ecological networks. What connects them all is astonishing: a universal drive toward efficiency, balance, and survival. Once you start noticing these patterns, you realize that life isn't chaotic. It's a meticulously orchestrated system where even the smallest actions ripple across the entire biosphere. 1. The Fibonacci sequence in nature. One of the most striking examples of hidden patterns is the Fibonacci sequence, a series of numbers where each is the sum of the two preceding ones: 0, 1, 2, 3, 5a. This sequence appears everywhere in nature. Sunflowers arrange their seeds according to Fibonacci spirals, pine cones follow the pattern, and even seashells grow in these proportions. Why? Because this sequence provides optimal packing and growth efficiency. Mathematicians and biologists alike marvel at how this simple numerical pattern can produce such complex, beautiful structures. The Fibonacci sequence ensures that leaves receive maximum sunlight, seeds occupy minimal space without overlapping, and shells grow without compromising structural integrity. It's as if life itself is guided by a hidden algorithm, quietly calculating the most efficient way to survive and thrive. Observing a sunflower or a nautilus shell with this in mind transforms ordinary nature into an elegant, living blueprint of math in action. 2. Fractals. Repeating patterns at every scale. Another pattern that dominates life is the fractal. Structures that repeat themselves at different scales. Look at a tree. Its branches split into smaller branches, then twigs, then leaves. Coastlines, river networks, and even blood vessels follow the same principle. Fractals allow life to maximize surface area for processes like nutrient absorption, photosynthesis, or circulation, while minimizing energy use. Fractals aren't just functional. They're visually mesmerizing. The repeating patterns create a sense of balance and harmony, which is why nature often feels aesthetically pleasing even without conscious design. From microscopic lungs to towering mountains, fractals shape the efficiency and beauty of life. And it's not random, it's a universal principle, showing that what seems chaotic at first glance actually follows precise, repeating rules. Life, it seems, is built on patterns that scale infinitely. 3. Circadian rhythms. The biological clock. Hidden patterns aren't just physical, they're temporal. Nearly every organism on Earth follows circadian rhythms, internal 24-hour clocks that regulate sleep, metabolism, and behavior. Plants open and close their flowers at specific times, nocturnal animals hunt at night, and humans feel sleepy and alert according to these rhythms. Circadian rhythms are controlled by molecular feedback loops within cells, responding to environmental cues like sunlight. When these patterns are disrupted, through shift work, jet lag, or artificial light, health consequences arise, including fatigue, hormonal imbalances, and metabolic issues. The precision of this timing reveals how deeply life is synchronized with Earth's cycles. Nature is essentially running on a universal schedule, ensuring that every species optimizes its survival by aligning with the planet's daily rhythm. Observing this pattern, you realize that life isn't just random activity, it's a dance choreographed to the rotation of our planet. 4. DNA, the blueprint of life. At the molecular level, hidden patterns are encoded in DNA, the language of life. Sequences of nucleotides, adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine, contain instructions for building every cell, tissue, and organ. These sequences aren't random, they follow regulatory patterns that determine which genes turn on or off, when, and in which cells. What's astounding is that DNA patterns aren't just functional, they're incredibly efficient. Redundancies, repetitions, and regulatory motifs allow organisms to respond to changes in the environment and repair themselves when damage occurs. Scientists have discovered motifs in DNA that are preserved across millions of years, from bacteria to humans, suggesting that these patterns represent fundamental principles of life. In essence, our very existence is controlled by a vast invisible script written in a molecular code, a testament to the deep architecture that underpins all living systems. 5. Fibonacci in animals. Beyond plants. While Fibonacci spirals are famous in plants, Animals also follow mathematical patterns. The shells of snails, the horns of rams, and even the proportions of the human body reflect these hidden ratios. This isn't just aesthetic, it's functional. Spirals and ratios optimize structural strength, balance, and movement. Take the nautilus, for example. Its shell grows logarithmically, maintaining the same shape as it enlarges. This allows the animal to expand its home without redesigning its structure. In mammals, the pattern shows up in everything from limb proportions to the branching of blood vessels. It's almost as if nature is an engineer, writing solutions in numbers and ratios rather than trial and error. Understanding these patterns changes how we see life. Every curve, coil, and proportion serves a precise purpose, secretly guiding how organisms survive and flourish. 6. Neural networks. Patterns in the brain. Inside animals, including humans, patterns continue at the level of the brain. Neurons form intricate networks, firing in patterns that encode memories, regulate emotions, and drive behavior. These networks are fractal-like, repeating structures at multiple scales, which optimize processing efficiency. Even sleep and dreaming involve patterned neural activity. The brain is constantly predicting outcomes, reinforcing certain pathways and pruning others, creating a dynamic system of feedback loops. Without these patterns, cognition would fail, and life as we know it would be impossible. In essence, life's complexity, from movement to thought, is built upon structured, repeating patterns, showing that organization is as essential internally as it is externally. 7. Patterns in ecology and populations. Patterns aren't limited to individual organisms, they extend to ecosystems. Populations of predators and prey fluctuate in predictable cycles, known as Volterra dynamics. Forests grow in succession, species migrate in response to seasonal changes, and energy flows through food webs following precise rules. These patterns ensure stability and survival. When disrupted by climate change, habitat destruction, or invasive species, ecosystems can collapse. Understanding these hidden rhythms allows ecologists to predict outcomes and develop strategies to preserve biodiversity. Life on Earth is therefore not just connected, it is patterned at every scale, from single cells to entire biomes. Recognizing these patterns isn't just fascinating, it's essential for sustaining the planet itself. 8. Epigenetics. Patterns beyond DNA. Hidden patterns also exist in how genes are expressed, not just in the DNA sequence. Epigenetics studies how chemical markers turn genes on or off in response to environmental factors. These patterns can influence growth, stress responses, and even behavior across generations. For example, famine experienced by one generation can alter gene expression in descendants, showing that life follows not only genetic but epigenetic patterns. This demonstrates that organisms are not just passively controlled by DNA. They adapt and encode experiences in predictable molecular ways. Life, therefore, is a series of interlocking patterns that operate at genetic, cellular, and ecological levels, ensuring resilience and continuity across time. 9. Chaos and order. The hidden balance. Interestingly, not all patterns are rigid. Many involve chaos, randomness within limits. Weather systems, population dynamics, and even heartbeats follow chaotic patterns, seemingly unpredictable, yet bound by mathematical laws. This balance of order and chaos is essential for adaptation. Too rigid, and life cannot evolve. Too random, and survival becomes impossible. Hidden patterns strike the perfect balance, allowing organisms to adapt, ecosystems to endure, and evolution to continue its relentless march. Life is therefore a delicate interplay between structure and flexibility, a dynamic equilibrium encoded in everything from molecules to forests. 10. Why understanding these patterns matters. Recognizing these hidden patterns isn't just intellectual curiosity, it has profound implications. By studying nature's design principles, we can improve medicine, agriculture, architecture, and technology. Fractals inspire efficient networks. Circadian rhythms guide better health. DNA and epigenetic insights drive personalized medicine. Moreover, understanding these patterns deepens our connection to the living world. It reminds us that we are not separate from nature. We are part of a vast, interconnected web, bound by the same rules that govern a leaf, a river, or a flock of birds. Life isn't chaos. It's a symphony of patterns, invisible yet undeniable, precise yet endlessly creative. When you start seeing these patterns everywhere, you realize something extraordinary. Life is not random. It's organized, intentional, and deeply beautiful. And the more we uncover, the more we understand not only other living beings, but ourselves. The hidden patterns of life are everywhere: spirals in shells, fractals in forests, rhythms in our cells, and cycles in ecosystems. They govern survival, growth, and adaptation, linking every living thing into a web of astonishing complexity. The more we study these patterns, the more we see that life is both predictable and mysterious, ordered yet creative, fragile yet resilient. By understanding the hidden codes that control life, we glimpse the invisible intelligence of nature itself. Every living thing, from the smallest microbe to the tallest tree, is following rules we are only beginning to understand. And as we uncover these secrets, we realize that life is far more connected and far more remarkable than we ever imagined.